everybody, to episode 15 of the Take Aim Gamescast. I'm your host, Scott Mills, the Microsoft/PC expert. And I'm joined on my left by Brett Wolf, the PlayStation expert.
What's up, guys? How are you, Scott and Eric?
I'm doing good. Oh, that was bad. Should we just cut and do?
No, that's fine. No, we're good. No, we're good. No, we're good.
That was good. That was good.
That was good, Scott.
Okay, and I'm joined on my right
We live
by
in the
Eric King, the Nintendo / a little bit of everything expert
/ news guy. What's up, guys?
Although apparently Brett says he knows a little more about a little bit of everything than Eric does.
I don't think so, but we'll let our audience decide that.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll have a quiz eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, quiz.
Yeah.
Is it multiple choice, essay, short story?
Every
I don't know,
category.
Dominic said that he might.
We're
might
including
make
like
one
every
for us.
category with these quizzes, right? Like RTS, multiplayer, all the stuff that Brett doesn't play.
Or we're going to go by developers and
No, we could go
games
by...
are
No, we gotta do every
release
category. Brett's
years,
Mr. Know-It-all.
release years, and we need a full variety.
I mean, I know stuff about every category here, so it ain't gonna be no issue for me. I could do RTS, I could do multiplayer, I'll do single player, I'll do whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. We will decide this eventually.
I mean, it's not really a competition, but hey, you want to go ahead.
Oh, Brett's gonna be so upset if he loses this competition.
Yeah.
No, it won't be. Just be like, the
That's
questions
not,
were rigged.
that's not a
Oh,
competitive,
There's always an out.
that's
Yeah, there's
not
always
a
an
competitive
excuse.
person. Like,
Oh, they take questions that Eric do.
No, Eric will fucking like throw his water bottle and shit or do something and be angry.
Sounds like
Pressing the Y button!
Dude, I'm pressing fucking Y!
yes. So good old Oregon Blind Forest, which we've never seen.
Any more
Next
episodes?
episode.
Everyone's waiting on that sequel, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Game of Thrones, like, when's the next episode gonna be released?
Yeah.
Like,
April.
April 14th.
Yes.
April 14th?
April 14th.
We're in Blind Forest.
Well, I guess, sure, if you want.
Yeah, before the Game of
I'll give you a couple of times to get on again.
Yeah,
Like,
pre-show for the...
yeah, it'll get you in the mood for it, I guess.
Yep. But yeah, so we have another special news segment with Eric King after last week's was so successful. We go through the news with Eric King.
Yeah, this isn't quite as hefty of a news week as last week, because there was a lot of news coming out last week, but there was a few good tidbits we had this week. If you guys are on Twitter at all, you might have seen Gearbox teased a couple of photos, and one of them was just like a little picture, kind of like a highway sign in a game, sort of like you would see in Borderlands.
Yeah,
maybe?
post-apocalyptic desert, and then you just see a highway sign. It says March
But yeah,
28th.
on the sign it said March 28th, Boston, Massachusetts. So obviously, PAX East. They're going to PAX East, and hopefully we'll see a premiere of maybe Borderlands 3. It's been a while since
That would be pretty cool.
the Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
The last,
it's fun.
I guess you could consider that the last one in the main line. I don't know if you consider prequel the main line, but
Pre-sequel?
or
Or
pre-sequel.
Tales of Borderlands.
But yeah, the pre-sequel I think came out in 2014, and I think Borderlands 2 came out in like 2012. So it's been a while. People have been waiting for it. So
Yeah.
Well, also, too, the highway exit, it says like exit 3.
mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like another teaser to like the third
Okay.
third game. Oh, Eric, you didn't know that, did you?
Well, I see it on the photo right now.
Yeah. And then they released that picture at like 3:00. So it's kind of like, I guess it'll be Pacific time, or was it Eastern time? I'm not sure. It's probably Eastern time. So they were like, a little tease to a possible Borderlands 3 game.
Yeah. I played quite a bit of the first game. Not as much of the second game, but I enjoyed this game's a ton of loot system. I don't know if they're gonna make this a multiplayer type of game.
Yeah, kind of a little
Well,
short.
it's a co-op game. I'm not sure if there was any PvP before with other games, but
Yeah.
you can play the whole game in co-op, and
Yeah.
it's like a true loot shooter where everything you can get, they all drops. It's all random too, I guess. So it's all random drops, and they had not microtransactions, but you can get like these like keys you can pay for or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think anything you can find like in those chests or whatever, you can find in the game. So it wasn't like nothing was blocked behind like a paywall or anything. So I played one with you and Nick.
Yeah,
years ago.
I played it previous to playing it with you, and I got pretty deep into the game. I don't think we really got all that far.
Oh,
Me,
yeah.
you and Nick. Probably got to like level 10 or something, I would guess. But yeah, that game has a ton of guns, and I'll probably check out 3 if it is 3. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think it is. But yeah, that photo doesn't even show the 3 completely. But yeah, I guess that does kind of.
Yeah,
You can tell it says a 3.
it's cell shaded too, which is Borderlands is big.
Oh, yeah,
That's their engine they use.
You can tell looking at the desert in the background. It's got to be Borderlands.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I know about. They also released another teaser, later in the week. And
Yeah.
it was kind of like a pixelated photo, but
Yeah,
that also
what
looks like
does the
Borderlands
tweet
as well.
say?
But it just says time to tease another game for PAX. And they also had another photo too, which was like a robot. But
So
I don't want to speculate too much on that because no one really knows what that's going to be. Because they published too, don't they?
Gearbox?
I think so.
I
Pretty
think
sure they do.
They published for some indie developers. I read
Yeah.
that as
I-
well,
I-
when I was reading up
Yeah,
about it.
I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know the answer.
But,
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
but yeah, I'm pretty sure they published. I don't remember what game. Oh, I think it was that game that was We Happy Few. I think they published that game. So. But that's the only game I know of that they published. So that might be another game they're publishing. We'll see when it comes out.
Well, wouldn't Take Two publish that?
What's that?
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, Borderlands 3. But I'm saying the
Oh,
other thing they posted, the
Okay.
one with the robot. But okay, so in other news, what should I go with next? Looks like Turtle Rock Studios. I know you're a big fan of Turtle Rock, right?
It used to be.
Well, yeah, kind of until Evolve came out, like everybody pretty much. But previous games they released were the Left 4 Dead series, and it looks like they're coming out with a new game called Back 4 Blood, which it's another zombie shooter. And I don't think they showed. Did they have like a picture on it? I guess.
Yeah, I don't
Is
think
this
there's
like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead?
my hunch would be it is.
Looks like it's a 4-player co-op based on the photo that they released, but
I know there was a question. There was like an FAQ section. They said, "Hey, is this Left 4 Dead 3?" And they said no, but it's a co-op zombie game. And like Scott, you said I think it's going to be kind of like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. I don't think Turtle Rock was too involved in Left 4 Dead 2, if I can remember. But I know Left 4 Dead 1, they were pretty involved. I think they developed it, but I'm not sure how involved they were, because I read something that they weren't that involved in Left 4 Dead 2. That something happened.
I thought they created Turtle Rock like afterwards, didn't they, or no?
Well, remember they were owned by Valve,
Yeah.
and then Valve let them break apart and become independent.
Okay.
So Warner Brothers is publishing this game for Turtle Rock, and like Eric, you mentioned, the last game that they worked on was Evolve, which came out in 2015, and that game was like, remember at the E3 in 2014, people were like, oh my god, this game's gonna be, it won Game of the Show awards and all this, when E3 was still a big thing, and then it came out, I bought it day one, and while I thought the gameplay wasn't that bad, but the season pass ordeal, the DLC, you pretty much pay $20 for one monster you can play as, so that killed the game was the whole monetization of it.
There's such little content that came with the game too. It was just it really died off quickly, and that game was a pretty big disappointment, I think, for most people who played it. So.
And I think that maybe jeopardized Turtle Rock, but it's good to see them coming back. And like I said, I really like Turtle Rock, and I was believing in them for Evolve, and then they kind of let everybody down. But hey, we'll see about the Back 4 Blood game. I love Left 4 Dead, the whole franchise. I played both of the games for hours, so I'm excited for that one.
It seems like they want to stick with the 4-player co-ops for pretty much all their games too, which I love co-ops, so
Oh yeah, I love co-op too.
I'll be pretty excited to check that game out when it comes out. Let's see, in other news, this is pretty big news.
Yes.
The studio you kind of like Well,
I kind of like them too.
Hello Games?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hello Games announced that No Man's Sky is releasing another update, and it's called No Man's Sky Beyond. And they showed, that it was going to have 3 main updates to it, and they showed one was online play, I guess some kind of new online mode or something, and then they left 2 and 3 blank, leaving people to speculate, kind of what's upcoming, because they announced this is going to be coming out this summer. So I know I have an idea of what one of the 2 might be, and I'm hoping it's VR, because me and you, Brett, both own VR, so I think that would be a cool thing to see.
Cool, yeah.
That would definitely be a game you can get immersive in with your VR.
So you think if you have the PlayStation VR that it would come free if you own just the regular version of the game, or would you have to buy the VR version? Because in the past all their updates have been if you own the game you get the updates.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I think they said the whole thing was free, maybe?
Yeah.
So I guess that would be difficult to give a VR for free.
All Sean Murray, I think he tweeted out that everything's going to be free from now on. So every update that's been released for No Man's Sky, if you own the game, it's been free. Pathfinder, next, I think Atlas was an update. So, I mean, good for Hello Games, though, like, for real.
For sure, yeah. They keep updating this game, because I was really excited about it when it first came out. I thought it was going to be great, and it was a little bit hollow of a world, but it had so much potential. And I think we've seen them get up to that potential with these updates. It's definitely become a much better game.
Well, I've seen them be nominated for awards like most upgraded game, I guess. I don't know what the exact nomination was, but from release till now, most upgraded game, and that was just as of this year. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that definitely
me and you bought the game day one.
Can't believe that was a $60
We
game.
both, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there was due to cause I mean, Sony didn't publish this game. They kind of just had a time exclusivity with Sony, so I bet you if Sony published that game, it wouldn't have been pushed out in the state it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Hello Games just had to get it out there, because they self-published the game. So, but yeah, the first update that's coming out for Beyond is supposed to bring an online multiplayer component to it, and have hub worlds and stuff that people can all meet up and go out and do a quest or whatever.
Do you think there would be PvP? Where you're battling your ships that you've bought against each other?
Yeah, I don't see why not. There's very some PvE stuff in there.
Yeah.
So I bought the game when again after I tried it in because I hated it, and I was playing the next update, and that was pretty fun. But if you're looking for a shooter, this isn't your game for you. This is more going to be a discovery game and exploration, and just don't go in there looking for a huge story or looking for cool ass gunfights and shit. This is going to be just, if you like games that you can discover and explore stuff, this is the game for you. Because the graphics are great. Yeah. I mean, it's all procedurally generated too.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that fascinated me most about the game was just how they created such a massive universe. You literally, it's impossible to explore it all. And all of the people that have ever played the game, they'll never explore every planet in this game universe.
Right.
And I just think that's really cool that they were able to develop something that massive, a universe that massive.
Yeah, I'm happy for Hello Games.
Yeah, I wonder if they updated it. Is that possible for them to do an update where they can add VR support, or do they have to release a whole other game?
I don't see why not.
Because I don't know of any other game that's released an update for VR. You've always had to buy another copy of the game for VR. So I don't know
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they did. Kudos to them, if they were able to do that.
I'm trying to think.
Because every game I can think of, they have a separate version for VR. So I don't know if it's
logistically
possible.
Well, not like Resident Evil 7 though. You buy
but that
Gran Turismo.
That came with VR.
Yeah.
Both of those came with VR. So I don't know I don't know software wise, how it would work. So, but it'd be exciting to see. We'll obviously hear news pretty soon on that because it's coming out in the summer. So I was kind of hoping it was going to be a release date for their new game, though.
I saw you put
that.
What's that fucking game? You tweeted about it. So it was announced at the Game Awards.
Flame or something. I don't remember now.
The last
Flame or something like that.
Was it? Okay, let me look up really quick.
I don't remember.
All right, go ahead and bring up the other topic.
But yeah, that trailer that they showed at the Game Awards, that thing was sick. That game was very good. It looked very Journey-esque. I'm excited to see more from that game, but to be honest,
The Last Campfire.
Last Campfire.
Okay.
And it was the last fire.
Yeah.
Another news, we got big news for you Xbox PC.
That's correct.
Expert. We got Halo Master Chief Collection finally coming over to PC.
Yep, on
and
Steam.
It adds Halo Reach support, which
so
I'm assuming Halo Reach is going to come to the Xbox too, so I'll let you take it away from here.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They said that they're going to be releasing each game of the Halo series on Steam, each part of the Master Chief Collection, one game at a time, and they're going to do it in chronological order. So they're actually going to start with Reach, since that was a prequel to the first three Halo games. So yeah, they're going to start with Reach, and then they'll release Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and then 4.
Kind of wish Xbox was on that because that would have probably motivated me more to beat each game before the next one came out. Because I didn't actually go through and play. I didn't beat 2 yet. So
and I'm pretty sure the Reach will be coming to the Xbox too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but I remember playing the multiplayer on Reach way back when it came out.
Yeah,
I had fun with it.
That's the one that I haven't played. That's the one Halo game that I haven't played was Reach. So
I
would actually want to play that. Once they add that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool news, but I guess better late than never. But, because when did that come out? Master Chief Collection, way back.
I mean, that was
2015 or something?
Yeah, I mean, I got it bundled when I bought my original Xbox, so...
2014?
2014? Oh, man, it was a while ago. So.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago or something.
I bought mine bundled
4 or 5.
with Master Chief Collection 2. And that was in 2015, beginning of 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's it for the news.
That's the news with Eric King!
Yeah, like I said, not a huge news week, but yeah, a few cool stories. So.
Yeah. Now on to our next segment of what we've been playing lately. So I guess I'll start off. You guys noticed I posted the first episode of my Devil May Cry 5 stream. I'm planning on streaming through the entirety of that game and posting those episodes on YouTube. It's still sitting at the 88 on OpenCritic, which is really good score. I've played through the first 3 missions, which are all with the character Nero, and I think it's really fun. I've had a blast with it.
Okay.
If you're wanting more information, what kind of style this game is, the best, I think I told Eric, the most comparable game that I could give you that I've played is the Batman series, or more recently the Spider-Man series, except you're not exploring this open world area. It's just each mission is directed mission, and you're trying to complete it. They send waves of enemies at you periodically through the missions as you're making your way through the story, and you're just trying to complete combos and make them look as cool as possible so you can get a higher score. It's like an arcade game. So you're just trying to get the high score and compare with your friends, who gets the highest score. There is some matchmaking thing, multiplayer elements to it. I'm not able to try it out because I don't have PlayStation Plus. But yeah, it's been great, right up my alley. It's got a lot of crude humor to it with the dialogue, which it's kind of funny.
They fart jokes and
fart jokes and then at the very opening dialogue scene, the one lady I forget what her name is, but
What's
that drives the van, and she was smoking a cigarette,
nice.
and
Smoke good.
and like one of her ways she kills one of the demons is she like pokes it in the eye with the butt of the cigarette, like just ridiculous stunts like that you'll see. And then at the end of the prologue, it's like this game does not support smoking in any way.
So the game's kind of like self-aware, like
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, so they kind of poke fun at themselves for that. But yeah, I like that type of thing.
Cool. So you don't regret buying the game?
No,
Oh, that's
not
cool.
at all. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish it.
Because that was your first Devil May Cry
Yeah, I've
game you've
never
ever
played
played.
the series before. For fans of the series, they'll be excited. It's been 11 years since Devil May Cry 4 had come out.
Jesus,
So
I didn't know it was that long.
it was a long time, yeah. Because I remember seeing the previews of Devil May Cry 4 when I was in high school, and that was over 10 years ago. So
Jeez, Scott, you're old.
I know. Ugh, what happened? So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm almost done with The Last of Us. I've got like maybe a quarter of the game left.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I want to hear your
Yes.
final review
Okay.
after the game's over. I don't
Okay.
want to hear nothing.
So yeah, I should be finishing it in the next couple of weeks.
couple of weeks.
So we'll see.
Scott, you got to finish it by next Friday.
Well,
You gotta finish it
we'll
by the
see.
end of the
I'm
weekend,
gonna try playing it some more this weekend.
Okay.
We'll just see what kind of time I get. Because I've got to do Devil May Cry on the Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, so you have all weekend, Scott. What are you going to do this weekend?
You gotta watch a movie. We gotta watch Captain Marvel on Sunday.
Oh, Jesus
The movie
Christ.
came out.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Brett, what have you been up to playing?
So I was playing The Witness this past week, and because it's free on PlayStation Plus, like we talked about last week. Was it last week we talked about that, or 2 weeks ago? A couple weeks. So I beat the game, and for people who might not know, it's a lined puzzle. Basically, all the game's a full. There's really no story to it. You're on an island, and throughout the world, there's different puzzles with different ways to solve them and different rules you gotta follow to be able to solve the puzzles. And the end goal is to, when you complete like a certain region, and each region has like a certain puzzle rule that you have to abide by throughout the whole region. Once you finish that, like a light shoots from like one like the end, like one of the when you get to the end of the puzzle or the environment, it shoots a laser to like the mountain, and you need to get at least 7 lasers there to go to the end of the game, which is actually in the mountain. And then you do all the puzzles there, and then you end up going like in like this like glass elevator, and you just kind of like go all around the island, and it's kind of like Willy Wonka.
Spoiler alert.
The game's been out for over 2 years, so I'm not really concerned about spoilers. But I guess my impressions of that game is kind of pretentious, where I guess Jonathan Blow, the creator of it and the developer, was trying to give it more, I guess, meaning than what it really is. It's just a puzzle game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
there's
no like
a few things where you'll find like a voice recorder on the but I don't really understand like what they're
I mean, again, there's no
talking
really
about.
story.
But,
And
yeah.
I don't know if it's kind of like a FU to the fans, like, hey, you're expecting like this like huge story or whatever, and it's just puzzles. Like the whole game is puzzles, and
But the puzzles are challenging.
So would you give it a 10 out of 10 like all these other reviewers seem
No,
to be doing?
I think after doing that, I realized I'm not a big puzzle person
Yeah.
when it comes to like strictly puzzles. Like, I don't mind puzzles in the game,
Yeah.
but when it comes to like like an Uncharted game,
Yeah.
but just like a puzzle game, it's just not for me.
Yeah, this is completely
The
different.
world was beautiful though. It was a lot of fun to like go through it, and it still holds up very well. I just felt it was kind of just like pretentious.
Did
and
you solve the puzzles on your own, or did you look up?
I'll admit it. I had to look up most of them actually.
Yeah.
No, I was catching on to the rules, but then they get so hard.
Oh,
and
it does.
It,
I remember spending some time like trying to do. I had to look up
yeah.
some of.
I mean, I'll be
puzzles,
honest.
too,
Like,
where-
I didn't beat the
there you
game
go.
like just like writing shit down on a piece of paper, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I would try it, and then like I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like, I'm gonna look this up really quick and move on.
Yeah.
Some of the rules I understood, but there's actually one part of the end game where you couldn't look up any of the solution. There's 2 puzzles to get through the
I forgot
store.
about that.
You had to solve them on your own. And because I'm looking for a guide, I'm like, what? Like, how do I fucking do this? And I just had to just look at it and see what it was kind of like telling me, and remember like the other puzzles I solved, and it's pretty much memorization and knowing the rules to go by. But I'll give the game a 7, I guess. I don't know, it's maybe harsh. I just thought it was just, it tried to seem more important than it actually was. So I know if he makes another game, I probably won't buy it. Like, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So, but I beat it, but I won't get the platinum. I'm one trophy away from the platinum, and that's all procedurally generated, and I won't be able to figure that out. So, yeah, that's my impression on The Witness, but that's all. And I've been playing, I stopped playing Anthem. There's a boycott this week. So, so me, Jared, and DeMar did not play the game once this week. So we just been fucking around Friday the 13th, and that's it.
Cool.
There's boycott for what?
Anthem. People were boycotting Anthem this week.
Taking part in that.
Yeah, so we're taking. It ended today supposedly, but BioWare pushed out an update on Friday or Saturday, and people started doing some math on like Reddit. And I was like, well, like this made the game worse. Like loot wasn't dropping to make you better, and it wasn't. It was just like a, it just made the whole situation worse of the community against the BioWare developers.
Just when you thought they couldn't make
they
it
really
worse.
I haven't played Anthem in like I haven't played Anthem since Sunday, and to be honest, I don't have any plans to go back unless I want them to come out again. I don't want to turn this into an Anthem talk, but I want them to come out and kind of like explain, what they're gonna do in the future. But I don't plan to go back anytime soon.
Explain yourselves.
Yeah, tell me what you're gonna do, brother.
But the big question, Eric, is: have you played a game other than Apex Legends in the last 2 weeks?
Well,
whoa,
it's mostly still been the usual.
Yeah.
Apex Legends,
Yeah.
but I have jumped onto a new game.
Oh.
And it is a brand new game that just came out. Division 2. The Division
That's
2.
right. I picked that in my Open Critic.
Which,
then I looked at the scores today, and
Still early,
today is
though.
when it came
it
out.
is very early though, Scott.
Oh yeah, but Anthem got reviews coming in like a week before it came out.
Yeah,
so
but I don't think that has
understand
Well, it came out Friday 15th.
I don't think that has anything to do with it not being like good though. I think they just haven't reviewed it yet because it's like a lot to review because they have like 9 game and all that stuff. So, and they didn't give out review copies. So, but they only had 4 reviews so far. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah,
And,
so there's gonna be
a couple of them were star reviews, which they do 3 out of 5s, and the 2 star reviews gave them 3s. So that was 60s, and then the other guys gave them 80 something. So
yeah. So
we don't know where it's gonna be sitting at yet. It's
Yes.
I think it's still gonna be sitting in the 80s. That's my guess. But,
I hope so. I haven't had one game in the 80s yet, so
But that's based at least what I've seen from the game so far. And so far, I've only gotten to level 6 or 7. I think I want to say 7, but yeah, I'm still early on. I haven't had much time to play it this week because I ended up getting that gold edition, which came out on Tuesday, and I've tried jumping on it, but I just haven't really had time all week because I've been working so late, and I got on Apex Legends again, like one of the nights.
Yep.
So I have fucked around with it a little bit. My biggest complaint with the game right now is I'll be playing like some of the main missions. Like I think the second main mission I did, I want to say, was that thing took me like fucking 2 hours. Is that you or Rocky?
That was me. I think Rocky.
Jesus Christ, ripping ass over there. But anyways, yeah, I was playing the second mission, and
Were you farting?
it seemed
I covered for you.
I think the second mission took me about 2 hours, and I just think that's kind of too long for these missions. Like, I don't mind, like, when you get to the end of the game and you do these raids, I want them to be long. Like, I want it to be, difficult, long. Like, I want it to be a challenge to beat, because they have 8-player raids, I guess, once you get to the end game eventually, but I haven't played Division 1, so I can't speak, all that much on the game yet, especially with me only getting, 3 hours or so into the game. Well, probably more like 4 or 5, but yeah, I just haven't gotten real far in it, and it's been fun so far, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely more fun to play like in co-op than it is single player, though.
Yeah.
Because especially when I first got on, I was playing a single player, and it was just it was so overwhelming. There was like so many things to do, and like I just didn't know where to go. And
Actually,
I think it also hurt that like I didn't have like every time I got on this week, I had like an hour that I was able to play for. So like by the time I got on, like figured out all these tutorials and all this crap. Like I had to get out, so I just haven't had time to get real in depth. But so far it's been fun. So.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it's going to do pretty well based on what I've played so far.
Yeah, I think this genre kind of needs a game to do well. Like people who are fans of it haven't had much. The good thing about this,
you like great. Like I don't.
Destiny 2 did.
I got like an 84. I think it wasn't like great or anything by any means.
I mean, I would say
none of them get like into the 90s. So
got my picture from last week's episode. But I would say that, and talking about the Borderlands series, just
that's
today,
a player too,
just
so.
but that kind of was the start of these looter shooters, and I like that a lot. That was a very highly rated game.
Yeah, but that's not like an online game. I wouldn't really put that in the same category
So
necessarily.
maybe
it's a looter
these
shooter,
games
but
need to be more single player because, like, you can't really portray a story when you're trying to play with others and they're all just trying to beat the mission and not pay attention.
Yeah, it's kind of I agree with you though. I do like the story better in Borderlands and all that. And I think they're more about the end game, and Destiny and the Division. I don't know about Anthem because I haven't gotten to the end game. I don't plan on getting to the end game in that game, but I think Division and Destiny are both geared more towards the end game and getting all that loot and going into multiplayer and fucking people up with the loot. So
yeah,
that's kind of what I'm just trying to grind towards at this point. Is just I want to get to the end game and check that out, but. Through all the single player
so we'll be looking forward to your review once you get there.
Yeah, hopefully it's not like next week. Maybe. Well, then we got to go to PAX East after that. But maybe in the next couple of weeks I'll be at the end game and I can give you guys better thoughts on the game because right now I just can't speak too well on it.
All right. Well, we will be looking forward to that after PAX East. Next up on our list is games that'll be coming out. So I know there's a big one, the number one overall drafted game that Jared took, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. That's coming out this Friday.
This Friday.
Wait, Jared took that one?
Yeah, he's the first overall pick.
Oh, okay. I thought you had that.
I wish I did. No, I had Pokemon. So stay tuned for March 22nd. I'll be streaming that game. I plan to stream the whole game. I kind of took a peek at like how many bosses the game has. It has about I think 11. It doesn't have a lot of bosses compared. There might be but those are main bosses though. Yeah. So I think Dark Souls 3 had 19 and Bloodborne had 13.
Okay.
So
it might be a shorter game.
But that game I'm planning to stream the whole game.
That would be cool.
Because it's single player. I can pay attention to the story, and I think that'd be a good game to show the audience. And I've been kind of holding off to play that game, streaming wise, since I finished Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. So
it's been the next game I stream, and super excited for it. I have it pre-ordered, so even if I can get that game maybe at 9 p.m.
Dude, ever since you left the bathroom door open, he's been obsessed with this fucking thing. Get it out of here. Fucking bathroom rug. Wow. Give me it. Stop it.
Bracky has some very strange fetishes.
I closed it today.
No, he left it open that one day, and he took it out to the hallway. And I got home and I was sitting in the hallway with him, and ever since then, he keeps fucking dragging it out there, spraying it over to me. I'm like, what the fuck?
He loves bathroom rugs, socks, shoes, and.
But yeah, that's
smelly things.
Yeah, that's the game I'm most excited for. So I've been excited for that. I think that was one of my top picks for the most anticipated games of 2019. I've been talking about that game for a long time. So From Software hasn't let me down yet. So we'll see. So March 22nd, whenever I get it downloaded, I'll start streaming it.
Very cool. Another game I think that was drafted by Jared. The sports game, MLB The Show.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be coming out. Baseball season is going to be starting next week, so it's pretty good timing.
It always seems like it comes up so quick. Baseball season, I'm always Like, I never expect it, and then next thing you know, it's here next week. I'm like, damn, already?
Oh yeah,
It's still
because
cold out.
our weather doesn't warm up until after like a month into the season, so that's kind of a weird thing. But yeah, I'm planning on getting that game because
Cool.
I
you
like
haven't-
sports games,
Yeah.
and I haven't been able to get a good MLB game because it's always exclusive to PlayStation. So
I might pass on this year's MLB just because I'm not a huge baseball fan, but one sports game I am excited for now is Madden. No, man, I can't wait to play that.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Just trade him on
Traded
Madden
to
19 to
Cleveland.
your team.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna switch him over.
Yeah.
Switch over fucking the other guy we got from the Giants. Whatever the fuck his name is. He used to be on the Dolphins, you know him, but
Say again?
Vernon.
Olivier Vernon.
Oh, yeah.
Switch him over. I get that guy from the Vikings.
Sheldon Richardson.
Ooh.
Man, it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
fuck
fun
that.
season.
Yeah, well,
Man, when I was
Yeah.
just ready to stream my first episode of Devil May Cry 5, and then I get a text from my brother, "Oh, we got Odell Beckham Jr." I almost had like a heart attack, like right as I'm like trying to
Hey,
stream.
well, some Dolphins
I
news
didn't know what
today.
to
is
do.
We traded Ryan Tannehill to the Titans, so start the rebuild, boys.
Who's your starting
I'm
quarterback
driving.
now?
I'm on the tank commander, huh?
Who's your starting quarterback now?
Fucking like Luke Falk probably, and that
Luke
one.
Falk.
Yeah,
Bulk him up.
yeah.
Those are your new
Tank for Tua, either Kyler Murray in the first round if he's available.
AJ McCarron's available. Hugh Jackson's fine.
Shit, Jesus Christ. Or they're fucking Blake Bortles.
But back to video game news.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
tangent here.
Yeah, I could go on a rant
We don't
about
want
the
you to.
Browns and like just like a hype video, make it that, but I'll hold off. Except for Super Bowl, Super Browns,
I
yeah.
hates it. Can you give us like a dolphin?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you guys have any cool?
You got
chants?
dolphin crying. There we go. Alright,
That's gonna
back
be
to
their
video
season.
games.
Okay, so those are the games that are going to be coming out in the next couple weeks.
Hey, Rocky. Here we go, bro. I hate when you fucking do that. It's so fucking annoying.
But yeah, there was one piece of news that we left out for the main news topic that we're going to talk about today, and that is Google. Looks like they're finally ready to get into the video game industry. So they're huge. If you don't know who Google is, like you're living under a rock.
Or you're just fucking
huge.
straight up special needs, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they're one of the biggest companies out there, technology companies.
Jesus Christ.
On YouTube this week. On YouTube this week, they released a video.
Pawn shop first.
On shot first.
Pawn.
Sorry, Scott.
Okay. But yeah, Google released a video, a teaser video
Oh.
on YouTube for the GDC, the Game Developer Conference that they're holding next week. And this teaser video shows a montage of different like environments, CGI environments. And then it comes up with a message like, what was it again? Do you remember like
The teaser?
Yeah.
It looks like it was showing like different genres of different video games. So
Is
it's
there like a message that?
I'm not sure
There was at the end.
But
I don't remember.
I don't remember what it said, but it's kind of like
like.
the way they were showing the images of like they show like a fantasy world, like a fighting
Yeah.
world.
No, I think it was Gather Around was the end message.
Gather Around.
Yeah, so it was
So-
kind of like I'm not sure that was like a Google tagline or I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that was like a Google like.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's like referencing kind of like, you know, we're making a council, gather around. That's kind of what I was thinking.
No, I think that's like
Yeah,
a Google
so this
tagline.
is-
But I could be wrong.
But at the end, they had that G symbol, which,
Just the Google logo.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but it was like a shiny G symbol, and it had,
You're
like,
looking way too much.
and it also had like a little noise it made, like ding.
So
Which
you're
kinda made
thinking
me-
it's some console that they're
kind of made
getting.
me think like, you know, you start the Xbox and make like it
Mhm.
or whatever.
Oh,
I was
PlayStation
thinking-
does that too.
Yeah, exactly. PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe, you know, that ding at the end was the sound of the console
Yeah.
starting up, maybe.
But remember, this is all purely speculative. There was no official.
Yeah, we'll talk about the actual announcement.
We'll see what the
So
speculation.
319 is the GDC. We'll see what that is. It could just be Google Stream, and they're like, "Oh, we have this video game streaming service that you can play games through your browser," which I did the beta on with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was happy they gave me a free copy. Of
As
the
far as
game
my thoughts
after
go
that.
on it is, I think that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna have to do with streaming, but I think it's gonna be like a console that they use to stream games through. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think it's gonna. I don't think they're gonna. It's not gonna be like a super powerful console because supposedly with the
All the
streaming
power
thing,
is in the cloud.
yeah, supposedly
their
with the way
servers.
they're doing it, the power is supposed to be in the cloud. So all they need is kind of. I don't even know if it's gonna be like a full-on console. Maybe it's gonna be something
Yeah, like
plug
a
into your
stick,
TV.
yeah, like
Maybe
a Fire Stick
like
or
a
something.
Google
like,
Chromecast or whatever, but
yeah.
that you can stream your games through, and maybe they'll have a controller that comes with it.
Now, I did see there is a patent for a controller that Google did file,
Yeah.
and this controller, like they showed the layout of it, it looks very, very similar to like a PS4 type controller where you have your D-pad on top of the left thumbstick.
Well, now, I mean, again, that's just a patent.
Yeah.
I mean, companies do patents all the time, doesn't mean they come true. But that was a patent that leaked, but again, like, companies do patents all the time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean
So
that
we
they
don't
always
know that there would
are,
be a controller.
legit.
And I think that patent was from like 2014 too. So I mean,
Oh.
it's definitely like probably changed,
could
even
be-
if it might have just been like an
yeah.
early on.
It's just
patent
basically a
what they
patent just saying, hey, we thought this idea, we wanted to make sure that nobody else can come up with this idea and use this idea too.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
my thinking behind that. I agree. I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a full on like console, a disc tray. Be something about either a box
Yeah.
or.
Not even like a disc tray because I don't think it's going to use this.
That's what I'm saying. It won't have a disc
Yeah,
tray.
all
It won't be like
the-
a legit, it won't be like a
right.
legit console. It won't be like a console like we know from like Xbox and PlayStation, but
Yeah.
to be some type of device that you can stream games on. I think if Google wants to be successful, they really need to get in bed with some really good like third parties and get some exclusives onto that content. At least time exclusives to get people that want to buy that. Like we talked about last week with streaming and stuff. Like streaming is, States wise, it's not like too. There's still lag and there's still
There's still a lot of issues with
there's
it,
still data caps and until the ISPs and the all the networks and shit. Like I don't know all that.
That's so hard, yeah. I mean, you'd almost need to get everybody on fiber optics, which is like the most fast type of connection you can do.
Well, you look
to
at
get
how far the internet's
the
come.
fast speeds enough to where you don't have the lag.
You look at how far the internet's come in like the last few years. I mean, it's growing, tremendously in speed. So I think within the next few years, this will certainly be viable for a lot of customers. But as of right now, I don't think I could be able to run games on it and look as good as I want them to look.
I don't want to stream, man. Like,
Well, I do if it becomes, like viable. I just don't think it. I think you're gonna get in lag, like you said, and it's just not. It's gonna be very pixelated.
well, especially since
especially
you're
with,
a
like,
huge
100
multiplayer person. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and lag is so big. Like, you can't have like any lag. You want to be successful in multiplayer games.
Yeah,
Oh, for
that's
sure.
what you can't play multiplayer games with this. But from what I played of the Google Stream, I didn't see much like lag in terms of frame rate drop. It looked really good, like as if I'm just playing it on a console or regularly.
Yeah.
But I could notice when I was in the combat a little bit of a delay from when I'm pressing my buttons or the keys to make an attack to when he actually performs it on the screen. But it was very minimal delay. So
See, but
it
yeah,
was
if you're
still
noticing
possible.
it with your eye though, like you don't even notice like 30 frames per second. You can't
Yeah.
even notice like the like if that goes down to 30 frames per second from 60 frames. So like it must have been down to like 15 frames a second or something like that. And I think like with the internet I got now, I got 100 meg internet and I can't even stream on like Twitch with like an online game without it being like, laggy looking. So I don't know if it's really gonna work for a lot of people yet, but hopefully hopefully they can figure something out.
Yeah.
But as far as predictions go, what do you guys? You said you think it's going to be kind of like a console thing too.
I think it's actually going to be a physical box.
See,
I always
you
be
think
kind
it's
of
going
like
to be a
a
full-on box.
Yeah.
See, I don't think it's going to be a full
It needs
box.
to be kind of just like some type of
I don't know if it's going to plug into
gimmick
like
thing, like Chromecast.
yeah. I don't know if it's going to plug into like the USB or maybe it's going to plug into the HDMI. I'm kind of leaning towards just going to plug into the USB and just play off of that. But what do you think it's going to be an HDMI and like a whole full-on box that you plug into the wall and everything?
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll have to plug it in to charge it, obviously, but I'm thinking more towards a kind of a streaming, like you stream videos. I think you're gonna stream the
Hold on.
games the same
We
way.
have some breaking news here. Keep going though.
Okay, so
What's
my
your
thoughts.
prediction, Scott?
So my thoughts on it. I don't think that it's gonna be a physical like device that you're using. I think it's gonna be strictly like through browsers. I think that you're gonna be able to play it on your computer.
Breaking news
I think
here.
you're gonna be able to play it on your tablets because those can go on the internet.
Mhm.
I think if anything with the internet connection, you'll be able to use this Google Stream service on and play these games at that quality level.
So you don't think you're gonna be able to play on your TV, or you think they're gonna have an app?
Oh, I
for
think
smart
you
TVs?
would be able to do
Did
through
you
the
puke?
TV, any like
Think
smart
you-
TVs that can
It's like
access
eating
online.
popcorn.
So yeah, I think it is possible. Maybe it is. Maybe there's.
Well,
like
do you
a
think
stick that
day
gives
one? Do you
it-
think it's gonna be able to, be used on TVs?
Yeah, I think so.
You think it will be?
Yeah.
Able to be used on
Yeah, I
TVs
think
day one?
TVs, tablets, PCs.
What, through the smart TV? That's what you're thinking?
hmm
Okay. Nah, I think it's gonna be some kind of physical device. That you
Yeah,
can
it
do.
might be to give it that functionality to play.
Yeah,
on
because
TV.
not everybody has
But-
a smart TV, so if
Yeah.
it is going to be on TVs, I think they're going to want to do a device sort of thing.
But certainly, like tablets, I think that you just download the Google Stream app. Then
Yeah, you could definitely
that's
just use it
yeah.
right on your computer. You're not going to have to have any kind of device for your computer, but
Yeah.
not the market for computers is a lot smaller. I guess maybe for this streaming service, supposedly you're not supposed to have like a huge, real great hardware. So, I mean, I guess more
No,
people
yeah.
probably could get it for the PC if they wanted to, but I think they're gonna want to have it on the TVs because that's what a lot of gamers want to do is play these games on the TVs. So.
Yeah.
So I got some
Okay.
not
so
breaking news.
Breaking
This
news.
isn't related to the same topic.
It is.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
Amy Hennig, who you might know from the Uncharted series
Mhm.
and worked for Crystal Dynamics too, she will be joining Google at GDC.
Mm.
So she was working on that Star Wars game for, I believe, Visceral,
Mhm.
Oh.
and she got let go by EA because the company, the studio closed. But it looks like, per our friend Jared has texted us that she's going to be with Google at GDC.
Wow, that was good timing on that.
Yeah.
text.
Okay, yeah, and I saw somebody else on Twitter. I didn't know exactly who it was, but it was like she was in the gaming community because like I think Rick Miller and stuff was tweeting at her that she was going to Google too. It might have been the same chick, maybe.
So I don't know what kind of role she's going to be in, but she going to be just one of the big gaming people for their gaming department, their gaming division? Is she going to be part of a studio that she's heading that's going to be exclusive to Google? Can Google survive as a third, fourth? Well, I should say fourth, but I don't really include Nintendo because Nintendo does their own thing. They're going to make as much money as they possibly can with all their IPs.
Yeah, Nintendo's they're
I
kind of
don't- yeah,
more of a
they're doing their
gaming
own thing.
Yeah, so.
So, can Google survive as a third console this late? Because when Xbox came into and Sega was kind of dropping off with the Dreamcast because Sega just kind of fucked themselves over. That was back in 2001 when the internet wasn't a big deal. People weren't really talking, and live, Xbox Live and PSN weren't like around. So, can Google survive as a third console? We know they have tons of money, but is the industry ready for a third console? So, yeah, we'll see.
So me and Brett, we both definitely think device. Scott, no device.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just tune
We
in.
all, I think we all agree, probably a controller, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think a controller
I
for
think
sure.
so.
I still think it's going to have a
I
disc
think so.
tray.
But yeah, I think this is going to be huge for the gaming industry. It's been a while since we've seen like a new company come to the console market. So if this is what's really going to happen, it's very good news. So because there could be more exclusives, which I don't know if more people really want more exclusives, but
Well, looks like Rocky wants some alone time with Eric, so we better wrap this up.
But I want to make this announcement right now. I think Amazon is going to get into the market too.
Aren't they already
on top of
rumored?
Google. I think they'll be in before the end of 2021.
Amazon, I can believe that.
So
Yeah.
I think they'll have a console as well by the end of 2021.
All right, so I guess we'll tune in Tuesday and see.
Yeah.
I'll talk
I
about.
don't know, do we want to do a debate?
No, I think it's time to wrap up.
All right. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this
Rocky, love me too.
episode of the Take Aim Gamescast.
Rocky.
I think you will have noticed in our last episode that we had the very cool intro and outro and the nameplates on our names. That was our friend Colin Olivas.
Olivas.
Colin Olivas.
Damn it!
Darn it, I messed it up. Sorry,
What's
Colin.
He's like
Oliva. Sorry,
Colin
Colin.
Oliva.
Colin Oliva. That was his work, his doing. So thank you super a lot.
Thanks,
Do you have
Colin.
anywhere
Because
we
that
can
was
check
awesome.
out the rest of his art? Because he has a lot of good art I've seen.
He does.
Yeah,
Yes.
Over the
check out
internet.
Colin
I think it's
Oliva
Colin,
on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Colin, if you see this, you watch this, I know you're going to be doing our video for this week. Put something down in the comments of like any personal website we can use, and we'll put that in our descriptions going forward for you. So, yeah. So I'll be in touch with you this weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
Since I'm the market, well, not market, you're social media. I'm more of the CEO. of this.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm the more. I know I am. I'm the CIO. I'm the Chief Information Officer.
Okay.
That's me. That's me. Ha
So I hope you guys all enjoy your week, and we will catch you next week where we will be hopefully doing a preview for PAX East. So stay tuned for that.
PAX.
Is that the live show before PAX East? Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Peace out, guys.
See you later.